What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devotional, and we are going through the book of Exodus. We're in Exodus chapter 7, verse 20 and 21 today. Exodus chapter 7, verse 20 and 21. If you haven't read it yet, stop the tape, check it out, see what it has to say. Come back, and we're going to answer some questions. It's the time in which we get to see action being carried out, right? We get to see Moses and Aaron doing what God says, and then the consequences of it. And so before we even start, man, I want to ask you the question, are you doing what God says? Are you acting and are you living out the call that God has called you to? Because, man, it is direly important. We're going to see that what Moses and Aaron are called to do, and when they do it, what happens, man. So stop the tape, check it out, see what it has to say, come back, and we're going to answer these questions. If you've already read through it, let's get through it, man. Let's get to it. You can see I'm excited right here because this is just some powerful stuff to see God move, and I want Him to move in your life. He has been moving in my life, even though I'm a little slack and slow in all the things He's called me to. He's still showing out. He is still showing up, and He is still doing wonders. And so what's happening? Well, we get to the point where Moses actually does the thing that God has called him to do. So Moses stretches out his hand over the Nile with his staff, or actually Aaron, and all of it becomes blood. And then what God said about when he does this, what will happen? Well, the waters turn to blood, then the fish die, and the water becomes rancid, and no one can drink the water. That's what happens. So the thing that God says was going to happen, happens. And it's because, first off, that God is sovereign and control and can do all things. But it's also because Moses and Aaron did what God said to do. Moses and Aaron did what God says to do. God can do anything on his own, but he chooses to work through his servants, man. So what does this say about God? Well, first off, again, I want to talk about his all-knowingness. God knows what's going to occur. He knows the future. Second, his sovereignty. God is in control over all these things. He has the power over nature. So that's the next one. He is all-powerful because he can do things supernaturally in the natural world. He is creating something here. He has caused this water to become dangerous to fish and unable to drink, rancid. So God is all powerful. God is all knowing. And God is in control, man. Make me sing that song. God is in control. God is in control, my friends. God is in control. What does this say about man? Be obedient. Be obedient. And then finally, trust God. Trust God. So I guess it should be flip-flopped. Trust God and be obedient, because I think it is the trusting in God which creates obedience in us. But also obedience can create trust in God, because as we obey and we see his wonders work, we begin to trust him more. But in the same way as we trust him, then we are obedient to him. It's a tug and a pull thing, right? It's a tug and a pull thing, man. We see that God's words are being carried out. His truth is being revealed. And so how do we apply these truths to our lives? How do we apply these truths to our lives, guys? Because that's the big deal right here. That's the biggest deal, is that what we learn from the scriptures, how do we live it out? Well, my friends, where are you at in the spectrum? What position are you sitting in your view of God? Are you at the point where you need to just trust him and walk out what he has called for you to do? Or are you at the point where you need to just start walking out what he has called for you to do so that he can give you more reasons? I say more because he's already given an infinite amount of reasons why he should be trusted, but so that he can give you more reasons to trust him, so that he can demonstrate his glory and prove himself more in your life. Where are you at, man? Where are you sitting? Where are you looking? So that God may begin to reveal himself in a mighty way and change your life forever. Change your life forever. Where is he going to turn the Nile to blood? Where is he going to, that sounds kind of morbid about the fish dying and no one drinking the water. But where is he going to do that in your life? Is it going to be on the side of Moses where you get to see it and bring glory to God's name through it? Or are you going to be on the side of Pharaoh and the people of Egypt where it sickens you and it breaks you? I appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.